Hi folks, and welcome back. Now, before we get jumping into today's episode, I'd just like to give a big shout out to Bargy over on YouTube, who left me fantastic $50 super thanks in the comments on one of these videos. I know you really enjoy these Hearts of Iron playthroughs, so it makes me so happy when people do let me know that they're really enjoying these games. And I just love it that you guys find me interesting to watch and enjoy the series. So just wanted to say that. Thank you very much. And now let's jump into some serious action, because as we left off in the last episode, we've got less than a year to go before the anticipated war. And I don't feel like we're ready enough. I don't know if you can ever feel like you are ready for one of these conflicts, but I don't feel like we are, because there's a whole lot of stuff left to do. So we left off with a manpower crisis, which is stopping us from filling up our infantry divisions. It'll be stopping us from recruiting more of these. So we're going to try and fix that temporarily, because we boosted this. We put the combat width up, which I think is great, by the way, but it means that we're not going to fulfill everything. So for the sake of 10 experience, we're going to take these out, these extra ones that we put in. So the combat width will be down to 20. It's a small drop in defense, but it means that we're going to be able to fill up the divisions a whole lot better. So let's save that. Ta-da! Instant fix. Manpower, instant fix, and then that should see what we're actually missing. And it's 10 experience. I can put that back later, because we're working on the focused Polish militarism, which will give us a manpower fix. But if I've calculated this wrong, then at least we're going to get divisions in the field and we can beef them up at a later date. What I really want to get sorted is to make sure that they've all got all these units in here. This is kind of important to boost that. So with that in mind, we might just let this run for a couple of days, just to let the game just tick over. Actually, there we go. Let's stop it now, just to make sure this updates. With that in mind, we can see what we're missing. We're missing anti-air, and we're missing support equipment. So let's go and play with the international market. Shout out to Mr. Banks, who suggested this, and I had been forgetting to look at this. This is a new feature, of course, that came in the Arms Against Tyranny expansion. Yeah, it's part of the DLC. I don't think this is in the game without the DLC. Let me know, though, if you don't have the DLC and have access to this. So what we want to look for in here... Actually, we can sell equipment. Let's go to sell equipment and add equipment to market, because we've got some old stuff. Now, it's not the guns that I'm looking at and interested in here. It's the ground attack aircraft, which is these basic close support. I mean, we're going to add all of these on. I don't think we'll get any trade for them, and it doesn't give a whole lot of anything, but we may as well add them in there, because they're not particularly useful to us. However, when it comes to buying equipment, I would like to see, can we buy support equipment? Yeah, we can. From Britain. And from anywhere else? We can get it from Sweden. Is this the cost? Sweden's got 38. I don't really care what type it is, as long as we get some. Economic capacity cost 8. What about the British stuff then? There's not a lot of difference. I'm going to buy all of it. So select all. It's going to cost me this. And with one factory... Okay, I'm going to put 2 factories in. It's going to cost 2 convoys. I'm going to send that. These are minuscule amounts, by the way. They are absolutely minuscule amounts. So I'm going to buy everything that we've got. So all of this. Deliveries 11. Deliveries 6. They will accept. It's fine. We don't need to do... Oh, we can get Danish as well. I mean, I kind of want this, so I feel like I'm giving away all my stuff here. Let's buy it all, and it just helps get a little bit. There we go. Deliveries that. So let's do that. That is going to eat up my constructions, and it has. Oh, it's Latvia. Sorry, it was Latvia, Sweden, Estonia. We've bought all the stuff, so that'll be on its way. Purchase request from Siam. They want to buy it? Oh, yeah. Oh, excellent. Yes, it's sold. I didn't think they'd sell. This has suddenly become a trading game, and it's another another avenue of interest. So if we were short of, like, really desperately short of equipment, we could buy... I mean, the anti-air stuff, I feel like, is going to be important. What's the situation with construction at the moment? Things are going on, so that's okay. Did we get any land forts built? We did. We've got land forts built across this border. So the manpower situation looks like it might be resolving itself, which is excellent. We can get recruiting units again. There's no point trying to hold this border, I feel. I feel like it would just not work. However, we need to hold these. It's absolutely imperative we hold these because there's... Let me just show you this. Hang on. Yeah, a huge chunk of resources right here. 36 steel we cannot live without. There's not a whole lot in this side of the country, so we could, and I don't like saying this, but we could afford to cede this temporarily. It's called the elastic defense. We don't need to try and hold this. In fact, it's going to be very hard. We know the USSR is going to attack. So what I'm going to do... we weren't initially going for the fortress approach, but we're going to have the fortress approach. To some extent anyway. And we're also going to try and hold this on this side of the river. And this is the plan. And I don't know if we can hold all this. I would very much like to, but... I don't want to then build forts in an area that I have to then fight into them to get it back. But these will be really quick to do. And on this I was going to say this coast. On this side, we're going to have a line of forts behind that river. And then I'm probably going to follow it up to... Where's the border? Follow it up there. Because I feel like we'll have to cede this. I don't like ceding too much territory because it's... obviously, you're losing manpower and factories and things as well. So, we've got 5 armies. Let's put them where we think these are going to be needed. So, 5 divisions, sorry, I should say. So, I'm going to put them all in there. This guy, I'm actually going to cancel that order. And we're going to see what this looks like when I drop in a fall black line. I don't want to go across the river there. I do want to go across the river there. So that is technically not needed there if we hold that bit. That could be attacked from a lot of sides. I'm going to include that bit. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Nice. Nice. Okay. Polish militarism. This is going to help with our manpower and lots of other things. So let's hope that goes on. But at this point, we've started playing with fire here because we're going to have some very upset left and right sides of the party, the government, the house, the politics. I don't know. But this is another one of these, what I call bullshit mechanisms you have to deal with as Poland if you go down this tree. So in 140 days, they're both going to get upset and irritate a bit further. And if you let them irritate too much, you end up in a civil war. So we don't want to do that. And we can placate one side by upsetting the other. We can also do this through political focuses. So the very best thing we can do is to speed down the options that we want and get out the other end. And I think that's what we're going to do. Luckily, most of these are fairly quick. So let's go with this. And turbo mode on. Let's also... this army is not going to be big enough to hold that. So I'm going to try... Let's draw in... Yeah, let's go behind the river. Let's start behind the river. I don't know what happens... It's a good point, actually. I don't know what happens if the USSR... takes that place. They do have a focus too, so let's make sure. Well, that didn't work, did it? Oh, let's just delete that. Ah, I was in the wrong mode, okay. So we go there, then there, then there, then behind the river for the extra defensive bonus. And we should link up with that fort down there. I don't know whether to do it that way. Yeah, I think we'll do it that way. And also this army, we're going to try extending this one step further along. Like that. I mean, if we're holding in forts in the mountains, I'm assuming Germany's going to do something nasty with this, and they're going to come through there. And Romania can come through because we're not going to be facing them, and they can attack me in my fortified positions. At the moment, we have almost 2 divisions per area. That's not too bad. This army's kind of weak because we're going to need to make something to wipe this out really quick. That's going to be the objective there. It's going to have to be the objective there. Okay, so at this point, let me see what the situation is here. Right, they're both moderate. And we've got 105 days till they get upset. What does this one do? This will... So that will lower the left, but upset the right. I think the best thing to do... No, it's okay. We can do this, because this will then lower the right, but upset the left. So that will get us back on a... Yeah, that's fine, I think. Right, let's go this one. What's that one? Recruitable population factor. Maybe we'll do this one first. Because we're looking... That's going to upset the factory production. But if I go on this one, it boosts the factory production, but it upsets the recruitable population factor. So this one first. Hope I get this right. There's so much flipping mind-bending calculations you can do on this. Nice, we have a surplus of military equipment for the first time. Situation with the support equipment's got better. I feel like we can take a couple out of there. We can definitely put one into there. We've got a shortage of steel. I'm going to have to trade for steel. We've got fighters coming in, which is excellent. But there's a definite shortage of steel. And anti-air. Towed artillery is okay. Right, I'm going to put more into that. And more into that. And the construction. Because there's a shortage of steel at the moment. Yeah, let's drop that. How bad is it though? 21. Ooh, that is bad. That is really, really bad. There's a way of fixing this in the focus tree, but I don't think we can afford to do it now. So, Sweden. I need 2. Just 2. Because we can't get the full benefit out of the other one. That's going to ease that pressure a little bit and keep the production up. So we're not going for the full turtle mode where our last line of defence is across here. Although if we can't build an army to go and take this, then it will be. Construct. Oh, I should be doing these. Yeah, this should have been a thing. This would have helped with the steel thing. But I feel like factory production is probably everything. Was there anything else that we were desperately trying to get? We can do the better aircraft as soon as I get some air XP, which is great. Don't need to worry about Navy at all. We're nearly in 39. Okay. Things are going to be coming to a head real soon. That one's essential, I feel. And do you know what? As we have a surplus of military infantry equipment, I'm going to start researching that one. And we do have this. We can modify the government. However, I feel like I need to save all the political power for playing these decisions. I might be able to get away with one. Export focus. I could change that to limited exports, which means we don't send as much away to be traded away. That's if anyone's trading with us anyway. Do you know what? Chief of the Air Force. Can we do this? This gives us air superiority and experience, and that just gives air experience. I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to gamble here. If I've got this wrong, then we are going to be in trouble. And this was for making my early tank destroyer, wasn't it? Which we can afford to do. We'll do it in 90 days. we'll hopefully have a spare military factory in 90 days that we can assign to this. Kind of want 2 of them going though, don't I? Oh, the indecision. It can be really basic, actually. That is the basic engine, though. Do you know what? I'm gonna put that on. We'll get that, and then it's gonna be, that's it, as basic as it gets. We have a military factory. Actually, how can I? If I do this, what sort of engine? Oh, you know what? This might be okay to go with. So this is the, did I select the medium one? Just make sure I did. Basic medium chassis. And we're going for a medium type turret. The medium fixed superstructure, which basically makes this a tank destroyer. And it just wants to be super basic, but we do need a gun, a basic heavy cannon. Oh yeah, because it's medium, isn't it? I'm suddenly thinking, hang on, we can't do that. It's light, but it's not, it's medium. Basic heavy cannon is fine. The speed doesn't matter. The reliability kind of does. So we're going to work on that one. Needs a radio. Oh, I need to change the roll on this. To tank destroyer. Okay, I just want to make sure. Actually, we can afford this. Special modules. Fuel drums are a good idea to put on these. Just to carry a bit of extra fuel. And is there anything that we can do? I don't want the production cost being too high, but the armor's going to go up. Yeah, okay, I think that's worth it. And it sounds tank destroyer-ish, doesn't it? Additional machine guns gives us defense and soft attack at a cost of a little bit of production. Reliability is not quite where I want it. It doesn't need to be fast, this thing. Do you know what? I'll just put a machine gun on because I feel like at least that's historically accurate, if not perhaps the best. Can we change that from riveted armor? Leave the riveted armor alone. All I want is... Oh, that does add the production cost up, but it gets the... That right, let's change this to the diesel engine. Excellent. So the speed is fine. The reliability is absolutely fine. The armor, that will do. Can I select a different model? There's nothing that looks like it in there. That's all right. We'll go with that. Do you know what? I'm not going to spend any extra points on anything. I want this to be as basic as possible. Don't really want the production cost going up. Welded armor. Oh, that uses chromium, which we don't have. And that's a 20% production cost. Let's just save it as that. That's fine. So, put those guys in. When's that going to get produced? It does require chromium anyway, this. 1 a month. I'm going to put this further up. And we're going to take... Tell you what, let's put 3 in. Because we can afford to replace some of those a bit. So that's getting better. And once that production comes up, I know we're missing tungsten and other things. This is a long-term project to help our infantry division stay in place. Okay. We'll see how this goes. Excellent. The manpower's going... Whoa. It's perfect, this. Right. Okay. So at that point, I think we're going to go with, rather than boost the number of infantry units in a division, for now, we're going to go with more divisions. Is there anything we want to add to this? We will want to add the tank destroyer into this when we get a chance. But for now, let's just put some more of these guys on. Oh, I could have just actually... Yeah, let's just add some of these in. And I'm just going to keep an eye on that manpower. 45,000. There, in case I make some changes. But this is going to get them in training. And that means that we're now short... The infantry equipment is holding steady. That's good. That's good. Support equipment and anti-air is the problem. So that's right. We've done the Senation right. Which infuriates the left. So now What did that give us, actually? Adds 30 days to the Senation Right Irritation mission, which means it's longer before they get pissed off. These are the things you have to balance when you're doing this. Now we're going to go and do the left, and that should get us down to moderate levels of hatred with both of them. I'll tell you what else we need to do with military experience. We need to modify the cavalry, and the manpower's looking good, because it's going to be the cavalry that we get that powers through this. But I'm going to make it into a really aggressive division, but not have many of them. That is the plan. All right, I feel like we might have just turned things around a little bit. So this is looking good. Resource problems, steel. Tungsten's now an issue that's slowing us down. Let me go with... It's going to be a long grind, but let's try and get that going up a bit. We do have the points. We have the air experience. Can I do this now? Can I do this now? Let's try this. So we already had the basic small airframe. But we can put an engine 2 in. That's okay. We're getting there. So fighter weapons with 4 light machine guns. We've got 9 points to spend. I don't know that we're going to actually get this. I'll come back to that in a minute when we've got a bit more aerial XP to play with. Excellent. Military factories. I think it's going to have to be anti-air. We need these artilleries to build up, because very soon we're going to actually... Yeah, that's going to be the end of the steel, isn't it? So this is now... We do have a spare factory that we could do. Anything we can sell? Sell the convoys. Sell infantry equipment off. I could reduce the factories doing infantry equipment. I can't do it by too much, and also very soon we're going to need to upgrade those. Take him out. And I'm going to load up the artillery. At that point, we're going to be... We need tungsten 7. Right, let's go to trade. If we have to build another civilian factory or something, then we do it. Can we go Sweden on this? Does Sweden have tungsten? They do. And I will send 1. Okay. Excellent. We've got that. So these guys are now moderate to both of them. And it's pushed the mission forward 35 days. So they're both going to go to high in 35 days' time. So we go in there. And at that point, we do this guy, who will actually placate both of them. Yeah, just make sure I've got that right. And that helps with everything and gives us a ton of political power. So we can do that. And then we will have enough power points up here to make a bigger change, something that actually matters. So we can't change from that, and we can't change from that, which is a shame. We can look at our political advisors. We've got a war industrialist, which will help with the military factory construction speed. Military factories, at this point, are not our most important thing. That would give us stability. No, I think we'd lose him, because my plan is to make him our leader. If I go down this, the right industrialist. Civilian factory construction speed 10% if we decide to make one. A leftist legionary. Special forces attack and defense is excellent, but we don't have any. The smooth talking charmer. I don't think he's worth it. And the captain of industry. Oh, he's better. If I wanted a captain of industry. Infrastructure, civilian factory, railway. We might want all of those. What does this do? We've got electronics or industrial research speed. Both are good. Nothing directly helps. It's one of those situations where I don't know whether I should just save the points to spend, because we will blow through them soon. That gives me land doctrine, a bonus. That gives me the same bonus. He gives me army experience as well. But also support for the unaligned, which I don't want. That's the bonus on doctrine cost. Okay. We're going to try and get some of those. Do you know what? Let's put them in, because that could potentially boost our defense more than boosting up the divisions. Right, let's do that. And let's save some political power. The German right claims Memel. With German forces on their border poised to attack, Lithuania is given into a German ultimatum. Ah, okay. Right, okay, I'm pretty sure they'll be coming for us next. And that's going to make the difference. I'm enjoying this. This is a very thinly held line here, isn't it? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take one of these over and put them in there. Because I think 2 divisions in fortified mountain regions should be enough, shouldn't it? Just so we can see where these lines start. Shaanxi has capitulated. And then I think the army on the southern border is in place and is fine. Excellent, so we've got that. Let me check this has done what I thought. It's changed it both to low, but what it's also going to do is that's about to change, so they're both going to hit medium. And this is where we start spending political power points. We do want to... We can forget about that. But this is good, because this one, it adds 30 days to the missions of them both getting upset, which is great. And it gives us a synthetic refinery and a building slot. So I'm going for that one, because then that's rubber for the aircraft. The aircraft. That reminds me. Right, it's time to get our homemade Polish, what we're going to call them, Hurricanes equivalent, I guess. Oh, sorry, no, we're using that one. And we're going for a better engine. And is there anything to put in here? There's nothing to put in there, so that's okay. And we don't have any survival stuff like self-stealing fuel tanks, so that's fine. 4 light machine guns. So these are going to be better aircraft, but not amazing aircraft. And you need to add this in, by the way. It's something I probably missed off some of my designs in the Norway playthrough, but you need to make sure you've added in your design company to get the benefits to all this. Right, excellent. So, air attack, let's see. Oh, hang on. That's so confusing. Can we change the model, please, to anything? So does it show... There you go. Air attack 16, and their old one was air attack 1? Oh, no, because we've got rid of the design... Is that design gone, then, the other one? I guess. We should be able to see it. Where can we see it? If I go into this... They haven't delivered yet. Add equipment to sell. So we should have these. Their air attack was 24. That can't be right. That can't be right. And yet that air attack is 16.8. So why? How? Unless they had... They can't have had a turret fitted. Have I? I don't know. Anyway, sod it. I feel like we've got something better there. We should have something better there. That feels a bit weird to me. But, anyway. So there you go. Something doesn't... Unless I'm reading things wrong, something doesn't seem quite right there. So we've got our basic tank destroyers coming away. We can improve this. Oh, let's get some better factory output for sure. It's not long now. It's not long. So this is our medium tank department. What would that give me? Gun improvements, hard attack and piercing. What would that one give me? Max speed and breakthrough. And that one would give me production efficiency gain, which is quite good. What's that lead down to there? Armor and defense. I think I might take that. Yes, update that. Okay. Do that. That means we've instantly got a new model to put in. No, leave the old ones in stock. So we're getting these, we're making 3 a week. That's actually not too bad. So what we're going to do is edit this, duplicate it, and we're going to call it 1940s, 1939 infantry. And I'm going to change the template slightly. Do we have anything that symbolizes it a bit better? We'll just put a star. It's fine. And what if I put in here an armoured battalion, not of medium tanks, armoured combat support battalions, medium tank destroyer. So that's going to add a chunk of armour, chunk of piercing, some defence, a load of hard attack, a load of soft attack. Alright, so it looks, it's just organisation which drops, but it doesn't drop massively. So we put that in there, and we save it. Now, the thing is, we're not going to be able to upgrade everywhere to these because we're just not going to have enough vehicles to do it. But what if I just pick one of these and we select to change the template to this one? So it needs 50 tank destroyers per division. Why does it also say it needs these as well? Because it should already... Oh, it's probably missing them to start with. That's fine. So we need 50 per division. We'll just leave that going for now. Let's also just tell this chap just to train everything. And we'll just leave our production ticking over. We can add them in at any time.